So with that, we're going to transition into our day, and I'd like to invite Matt to put forward the lens for the triple bottom line approach that's going to help guide our discussions going forward.
Thank you, Merrick. Good morning. Now, I'm going to get it right this morning because it is actually morning, right? Bon dia? Bon dia. I try. Have you ever been in a conference with a more diverse group? Raise your hand if you have. Where was it? RTRS. Copenhagen, RTRS. Copenhagen. Yeah, thank you. Okay. I haven't. So this is fun, it's challenging, it's exciting. Yesterday was a warm-up. Today the rubber hits the road. We engage. What does that look like in your mind?
Promising.
Promising. Yeah. Anybody feel like it might be a bit edgy? Maybe not. You guys are cool as cucumbers. Good for you. That's awesome. Where are we going to focus? Sustainability. Oh my goodness. How do we define that with all these diverse opinions? George Carlin passed away recently. I think he was a comic genius in many respects. And I always love this one. As we stated, if the goal is to walk away from here, to be able to carry on meaningful actions at a local level that involve multiple stakeholders from unique perspectives, we got to get to know each other, because you can't work together unless you know each other. You can't know each other unless you share and talk with each other and unless you really listen. I am accused at times of not listening well around our dining room table by my family members. I have listened to them to understand that that's an issue, so that's the beginning of my path forward, right? So I'm out of denial, which is a good place to get out of. But this can be very challenging, especially when these topics come close to our heart, close to our family, close to generations, close to commitments that we have to our shareholders, to our family members, to our communities, to do our mission and our role, which is very different from each other in some respects, but we have to find the common thread, and we have to look at those other threads and let them go away for a little bit, and respect those and recognize those pieces. So let's just take Merrick had said earlier, we're setting the table, okay? So we're setting the table. And literally, we're talking about a plate here. Because if we have 7 billion people sitting at the table, some of them don't use plates like this, that's all right. But it's all about the plate and what's on the plate relative to beef. And tectonic plates that are causing incredible change and shifts in our society today relative to Chile, Haiti, Indonesia, the shifts that are taking place around those plates. Think about it with these plates and the shifts that are occurring and the challenges that we have. Each one of us has a plate in front of us. Each one of those needs to be respected. So do the others around the table. When we bring together the chain, and please let me apologize already if a label doesn't fit you at the table. That doesn't mean you aren't welcome. It means I'm not very good at PowerPoint and I can't get them all fixed in there and stuff. So think about this as the table that we're all sitting at. And what's on the table is sustainable beef. And what is on that and how you serve up that dish is up to you. It's not up to anybody else. It's up to you and to find other chefs in this room that help prepare the meal. That help prepare the meal for the stakeholders that are important to you. And the stakeholders and other people in your community that you share in common with these other people that are so different than you. And we've all seen that we have to get ready for 2 billion more people at the table. Here we go. It's going to be a crowded table, guys. We have to figure out how to do it without breaking the plates. So in front of you, somewhere on your table, today, anybody know what's going on in the States today? Well, why are you laughing? Come on. What's going on? Yeah, Global Conference on Sustainable Beef. I love you, Bill Donald. That's right. Everything else, who cares? We're voting today. We're voting today. So everybody in the room, take a look on your table, and in that mess somewhere, you're going to find 5 of these. This isn't a democracy, guys. It's not like the States. But it is kind of like the States. Only about half of us actually vote anyway. So there's 5 of them. And just because you grab one, that doesn't mean you get to own it. You guys can arm wrestle for them. It doesn't matter to me how you allocate them. But just share them. Because every time we have a vote, and we're going to take a vote here, the poll is open, okay? The polling booths are open all across the United States and here at the Inverness. And one of you's already jumped in the poll and voted. 2 of you are rolling. It's going to track it. So describe yourself, and don't worry, there's not a DNA encoding printer thing that sends it to Langley, Virginia, that we know how you voted or anything like that. Relax. Don't worry. Just give us an idea. And the only reason we're taking these votes is to have a dialogue and to think about things a little differently. We aren't going to do anything with them or anything like that, okay? There's more than 76 out of here because we just have a couple dozen of these, and my good friends at Elanco Animal Health, they lent us a couple 150 or something like that, so thanks to them, we're able to all vote today. Get the votes in, because I'm closing the polls, because I run it with this. It doesn't stay open until 7 p.m. And to be honest with you, it's kind of arbitrary when I shut it down, okay? Because I'm running. It's like the remote control at home. I get to watch ESPN and Military Channel, and Gabby yells at me and goes, "No, I want to watch Disney, Dad." All right, we've slowed down enough. What do we have? Wow. Who's missing from our table? Government. That's okay. We'll welcome them to the table later. Relax. Relax. If you're a government person and go, "Oh my gosh," don't worry. We're glad you're here, and we recognize and respect the role that you play. We're going to have more dialogue with you later on after we get our act together as a group and actually understand what we're trying to do here. So it's a pretty diverse group, and especially a lot of somebody else's here, something else. Talk to me, what's a something else? What's a label that you put on yourself if you're something else? Academic. Thank you. Very good.
Media.
Media. Excellent. Any others? Beef trader. Excellent. All critical roles, critical stakeholders. You're welcome at the table. I didn't mean to offend you or anything. So I'm glad we had something else there to vote on. Don't you just hate labels? Aren't you just so proud of some labels? You know, I saw Justin up here, sitting up here. He goes, "Well, you guys call yourself a rancher. We call ourselves a producer." I get it. I've talked to you guys about a grazier, and okay, I'm trying to learn the language. I'm a little slow, but maybe a lot slow in some respects. But anyways, labels are all right because they help us think about each other, but labels are really dangerous because they can polarize each other. And they break down communications at times. So why we are talking about this today is as you move out to your breakouts, this is prep. We're doing a pre-engagement prep here so that we can be as constructive as possible in those breakouts and so that we have minimal security issues that we have to call in the Jerry Springer guys to pull people apart. Okay? Think about and understand where that other person, the other people at the table with you are coming from and what is important to them and why it's important to them. I apologize. Yeah? No? Oh, sorry.
No, I'm talking with him about the consumer. Everybody's consumer here.
Fantastic point. What is your name? I'm sorry.
Christina.
Christina. Christina brought up a great point. We're all consumers. We're all consumers. Fantastic. We all have that in common. Excellent point. Why'd you say, whoa, Andrew, what are you doing? What's the matter? Were you out late last night? Why, is that moving? It's not. It's perception, guys. It's perception. That is a static, flat file. There is no movement to it. But when you look at it, there is a perception that there is movement. When you sit at the table today and talk and engage in these incredibly passionate issues that mean a lot to you, to your family, to the past, to the present, and your future, there's a perception. You might be seeing movement that really doesn't occur. What do you see now? Tell me. What? You and me. Okay, cool. You want to break into song? Trust me, with my voice, you don't. What do you see now? Everybody see good and evil in it? Well, just good, okay, yeah, just good. Just blank out that evil stuff, I don't see it. Raise your hand when you see anything in this picture other than coffee beans. Raise your hand. Eric, you saw something? What did you see?
There's a face down at the bottom close to the center.
Okay, I'm told, obviously I'm not a doctor at anything, but I am told that if you are able to see that within 3 seconds of being shown that, the right side of your brain functions at a higher level than the left side of your brain. That's all I know beyond that, okay? That's it. That's for you and your wife to talk about later, okay? So does anybody not see it? He's down here hiding, okay? He's down here hiding. It's a face. So today, when you're sitting there at the table with others, and you see nothing but coffee beans or whatever it is when they're talking, and things are just, synapses are just blasting through your brain, relax and breathe and think, does this person have a family? Seriously, does this person have a family? What's important to them? Why is it important to them? Why is this issue so important to them? Trust me, you wouldn't be here if it weren't important. There's so many other things going on in our world. And we're incredibly pleased that you're all here. Focus. And no, this is not a function of last night's red wine or anything. Focus. These two images on the right and left, the only thing that changes as we move through this slide, the only thing that changes is a lens. They are the same exact images, but a lens shifts, okay? So think about that today when we talk about the triple bottom line lens and how it shifts things. They are the same. What is the gender? Everybody stand up. Well, okay, Justin, what's the gender of this person? Female. Everybody who thinks that's a female, stand up. Stand up. Oh, peer pressure. Who's going to stay seated with that, man? Awesome. Okay, sit back down. Thank you. All right. We voted. The votes were in, right? We shift the lens. Mike, what's the gender of the individual on the left? Still female. Those of you that vote with Dr. Engler, stand up. A few less of you. Okay. It's not because they don't have confidence in you personally. All that shifted was the lens. Same image. I don't know about you guys, that ain't a woman. It isn't. I am not even going to go there. You guys are, no, I'm not even going to go there. There's a time when you are supposed to not ask questions, and that I believe is one of them.